So there we have it. The rumours of a new Planetside-based game were true after all. Today, Daybreak announced their latest title, Planetside Arena. From that name, I was worried that it would be a reduced-scale experience. If Planetside is about anything, it's about large confrontations, but it would seem that side has been brought over to this new title too. Planetside Arena will take an evolution of that core Planetside 2 gameplay and mix it with a number of arena-style game modes, Battle Royale, perhaps CDF, King of the Hill, so on. The timeline for this new game sees it take place many years after the current Planetside 2 period. Gone are the traditional empires of Terran, Vanu and New Conglomerate, replaced with mercenaries that, as luck would have it, also sounds like it would balance a bunch easier for an arena mode. Amongst the surprises was the cost. This isn't a free-to-play title. There are two pre-order bundles, one almost $20 and one almost $40. In the UK, that's almost £15.50 and £31.50. Launch price is confirmed to be a cent off $30, and as always, don't pre-order video games regardless, wait for reviews. He also talked about seasons, basically changes to the arena mode to pivot how the game plays, but at the same time, Planetside Arena will also have battle passes, first of which is included in the pre-order bundles. For those people who don't know what a battle pass is and haven't tried Fortnite, well, hello to both of you. These are unlockable functional items and what look like cosmetics that you earn by playing the game. The interface for the battle pass also had those two familiar tracks, the lower one for people who had the pass and the upper one for those who didn't. It did make me wonder if there was a possibility of lowering that buy-in price for people who wanted to try the game but didn't want to invest in the battle pass yet. The game also, from the outside, looks a lot like Planetside 2 with a bit more colour mixed in. I do still think that Planetside 2 looks like a decent game, but for a new title in 2019 to look like a free-to-play game that was released 6 years previous, well, that starts to worry me. The main problem I'm seeing is that Planetside games are about scale. They talked about 250 versus 250 matches being first implemented, with an option to go up to 1,000 players. In an increasingly crowded market, with just add a BR mode already becoming a meme for gamers, with the game needing a large player base to fuel its unique selling point, the idea of requiring people to invest $30 just to try the game would seem like a sizable road hump in front of those goals. Also, to put that into perspective, the free-to-play Planetside 2 peaks at around 2,000 concurrent players every day, and a bit more on weekends. So it's planned for Planetside Arena, with its $30 price tag, to fill 500-person servers. I'm starting to become even more worried. I don't want to see this become another Islands of Nine, the BR title that launched on Steam this year. It's currently $9.99 and sees around 20-ish concurrent players on the weekends. Be in no doubt, just getting people to look at your game is a task these days. If there's a price tag in the way, you just made that battle substantially more difficult. There are potential positives too. One long-standing complaint from new players seemed to be that there was a sort of mental change required to enjoy Planetside 2, in that there's just no absolute winning. The war rages on long after you log off, so there's no beginning or defined end for your experience. Planetside Arena will segment their time in the game in a more traditional manner, and there are obvious win conditions that new players can easily understand. Also, some of the gameplay ideas sound fun. I wondered for a while how a combined arms BR mode in a Planetside universe might play out. I can imagine it giving more emphasis to squad play and a bit more tension to the experience. I get that people have said that this could have been done as a Planetside 2 expansion, especially as there's now the Robo-Soldiers have been added as a sort of floating fourth faction. But I also understand that a Planetside 2 expansion wouldn't have driven the same sort of attention that a new title would. But it's just that price. It's that big ticket buy-in for a franchise that doesn't feel like it has much impact outside the core group of people that are still playing the game after this time. The whole idea starts to ask questions about what Planetside actually is. What are the pillars that make it the game that people latch onto and enjoy? Personally, I would have said that open world and choice of battles was key, but after thinking about it more, I'm more on the fence about that now. Mainly as if this had been a Planetside 2 expansion, I'd have been okay with more arena-style rule sets. In fact, you may have even found that players who have long wanted inter-outfit battles all these years may have actually warmly greeted this as an option. A much tougher pill to swallow is the removal of empires from the playing experience. A user /dot on the Planetside subreddit summed this up well when they said, "This whole community is built around half-joking, half-salty faction memes and rivalry. This light tension between the factions really does bind players together. It gives you a hero and a villain depending on your perspective, and although it's generally not serious and is good-natured banter, it does help really cultivate a feeling of family and group with shared goals." I'm trying not to prejudge Planetside Arena, obviously I haven't played it yet, and the excitement that the devs showed on their announcement stream did come across as genuine. I do hope that they've managed to construct a game that generates fun moments and also feels like a Planetside game. As for how this affects Planetside 2, well, you might argue that it'll help drive people to the game. I'm not so sure though. Perhaps the press about Arena might cause some people to try out the free option, but I'm not holding my breath for any large bump in numbers. If this new title does well and does help Planetside 2 make confident strides into the future, then I wish both games the very best. Though we'll know more about Arena with weekly dev videos and of course when the beta goes live on January the 29th. I'll be keeping an eye on how things progress. I'm interested in what quite passionate opinions you have on today's announcement. Please leave a comment below right now. I'll be reading every single one of them. Please do hit subscribe, ring that bell icon to know when the next video is ready to drop into your sublist like a greased drop pod. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.